Hello, thanks for joining me on this wonderful yoga deck here in southern Turkey. Just going to do a brief practice that you give a boost of energy and a little bit of movement for your body. We're going to start kneeling, and if you're uncomfortable kneeling, by all means sit cross-legged instead. Bring your hands to your thighs, close your eyes. Draw up tall through the spine, let your shoulders relax, take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out with a sigh. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale with a sigh. And as you blink open your eyes, inhale and lift your gaze through heart and eyes towards the sky, opening up your chest to the heavens. As you exhale, keep your hands molded to your thighs, cave your belly and begin to arch your back as you gaze down in pursuit of your navel. Inhaling and exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale everything. Another one the same. Inhaling again and exhaling. As you inhale, come to a neutral spine whereby your back is long. Take your left hand to the sky, reach up high with your fingertips towards the heavens. Bend the elbow and with your right hand, take hold of the elbow point. Use your hand there on the elbow to gently coax your fingers between the shoulder blades and to get a nice stretch here into your left tricep and armpit. Keep the back of your neck long in line with the rest of your spine. Breathe into that shape, keeping your forearm running parallel to the earth above your crown. As you draw the front of your body towards the back, try to draw your breastbone towards the spine and keep your chin so that it's parallel to the earth. And then slowly release and bring your hands back down by your sides. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Now reach up high with your right arm to the sky. Get that stretch through the side body before bending the elbow and reaching between your shoulder blades. Use your left hand this time, molded to the elbow point, and draw the elbow gently back, the shoulders melting down, and just try to encourage your fingers to travel a little bit deeper in between the shoulder blades. Close your eyes. Be here in this moment, sipping breath mindfully in and out of your body through the nose. Very slowly from here, release your elbow and bring your hands down by your sides. From kneeling or sitting in some other way, bring yourself into a 4-point kneeling position and tuck under your toes. Part way, take your sit bones back to your heels as you exhale. Cave your belly, begin to lift the knees and find your down facing dog. Arrange your middle finger of your hands to point directly forwards to 12 o'clock and have the other fingers evenly positioned each side. Make sure your feet are human hip width apart, but space for 2 hands between your ankles, between your feet. Start to gently encourage your buttocks to rise, your sit bones to rise, and the hip bones to lift upwards towards the heavens. Let your head be heavy and softly gaze between your heels. Try to draw your inner armpits towards your cheeks and imagine spiraling energy from the roots of your thumbs to the little finger joints, drawing the flesh of your forearms, the crease of your elbows, towards the center front of your mat between the thumbs. Start to alternately bend the knees and walk out your dog, taking respite if you need by just coming any time to kneeling on all fours or child pose. But just easing into your hamstrings, building up strength in your upper body, and with your head hanging heavy between your arms, quietening down your nervous systems and your brain. Once you've walked out your dog, come back to stillness again and begin to walk your feet up to your hands, bending your knees as much as you need as they arrive up towards the wrists. Find your forward bend. Now take your hands and place them back on your forearms, this time the crease of your elbows, the webbing of your thumbs just inserted there. Add a little bit more weight with the palms of your hands to your forearms. Keep a generous bend still in your knees and press down firmly through the balls of your big toes, the balls of your little toes and the four corners of your heels, but try to encourage the arches of your feet to lift. As you hang there, pressing against your forearms, head still heavy, spend a little bit of time just tractioning your shoulders and your spine, stretching out your hamstrings and breathing your conscious deep breaths. Like a rag doll, suspended in space, sending long deep roots through your feet now. Feel a little bit more grounded, connected to the earth and quiet mentally. Release your hands and let them dangle down towards your toes. Plug your feet still strongly into the ground. Gently bend the knees some more, and with the legs supercharged and the core muscles engaged, scooping your navel to your kidneys, begin to stack your vertebrae one bone at a time as you rise. As you come all the way up, take your time to stack your shoulders over your hips, your crown above your tail, and turn your palms to face forwards. Stretch out from the center of your palms to the tips of your fingers and thumbs, and again, softly close your eyes. Be aware of that powerful strength that you can draw through your feet from the earth as you breathe in. Draw that energy up through your legs and up along the spine to your crown. And as you breathe out, that descendant force, traveling down through the body, through the legs, into the earth. Keep your arms supercharged. Imagine your fingers growing longer and attempt to draw your fingertips to the earth. And then inhale and paint a colourful rainbow with your fingers spread wide across the sky. As you exhale, just lean over to the right and just gently brush the inside seam of your wrist and forearm with the fingers of your left hand. And then ascend back to bring your hands above your crown in prayer. Exhale, leaning left. Inhale, coming back upright. Exhaling. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. As you exhale, take your arms for a spin and interlace your fingers somewhere by your tail. Take a deep breath in as you bloat the belly, fill the chest, and gaze upwards along the bridge of your nose. Keep the shoulders drawn away from the ears and thrust forwards. Your hips stretch out the front of your belly, your hip flexors and your thighs. Keep your buttocks switched on. Take another deep breath there, and as you exhale, hinging at the hips again, knees bending as much as you need them to be, and folding into your forward bend, this time with your knuckles rising up and potentially overhead. Soften the elbows, bow the arms, imagine pulling your fingers apart from their interlace. As you exhale, lower your knuckles to your tail and keep your torso clamped to the tops of your thighs. As you inhale, peel your belly off of your thighs as you rise into chair pose, inhaling. And as you exhale, drop a little bit deeper, like you've got a tree monkey tail. Draw your tailbone towards the wall behind, lift and spread the toes and pull the knees back over the heels, bringing strength, tone, stability into the legs. Gaze softly forwards and ahead, take a deep breath in, and a slow breath out. Deep breath in, exhaling. Another one the same, deep breath in again. And exhale. As you inhale, like a skyrocket, powerfully rise, and as you exhale, swan dive, part the sky, look forwards through your heart and eyes, fold back into your thighs. Line up your fingers by the toes or place them lightly on your shins. Take a deep breath. Step the left foot back and turn the left heel in as you bend your right knee and square the hips. Take your fingers forwards and frame your ears as you breathe in and arise into Warrior One. As you exhale, set your feet, evenly grounding your weight and heavily weighting your tail. There in Warrior One, see if you can tilt your gaze towards the heavens through navel, heart and eyes. Continue to breathe slowly and steadily as you bring your right arm down by your right side. Pour down towards your fingertips and frame the left side of your face with your left arm. Breathe into the side body. Long, steady, conscious breaths. Now bring your right arm back up to frame your ear. And as you exhale, deliberately, slowly let your fingertips slither down whatever's behind you before raising them up, whatever's ahead. Just clearing out the shoulders, moving to the rhythm of your breath, filling your belly, filling the chest each time you breathe in, and then emptying to the pit of your belly each time you breathe out. One more the same. And then exhale and bring your hands back down by your sides. Bring your hands to your hips and step your left foot up to join your right. Inhale, circle your fingertips. Exhale, introduce the interlace behind your back. Only have the opposite forefinger threaded in front. Send your knuckles to the floor. Think back bend again, and as you open your heart and lift your gaze and pocket together the flesh between the shoulder blades, project the hip bones on the wall ahead. Take some long, deep breaths. Filling your belly, filling your chest. Emptying your belly, emptying your chest. Take another deep breath in. And as the breath starts to concave, exhaling and folding, hinging at the hip crease, revisit your standing forward bend, sending your knuckles overhead again, softening the elbows, rounding the arms, tucking your chin into the cradle of your collarbones, and trying to peer up between your legs past your tail to the sky. As you keep your belly close to the thighs, slowly bend the knees and lower your knuckles to your tail. Reapproach chair, and as you bring yourself into chair, drop a little bit deeper. And this time maybe you want to experiment with lifting your heels and balancing on the balls and pads of your toes. As you switch on those muscles of your legs and continue to engage the core, try to extend your gaze softly forwards whilst your sit bones perhaps drop a little bit closer to the floor. Find stillness, strength and stability. Now movement, inhaling, still on your tippy toes. Ground the heels, part the sky and swan dive, hinging at the hips, folding back into your thighs, heavy hand. As you fold into that forward bend, step your right foot back and bend your left knee this time. Endeavour to square the hips, positioning your right foot so that the right hip can come alongside the left. Then take your hands forwards, thumbs leading the other four fingers up into your triumphant Warrior One. Square the hips, send bolts of lightning to the fingertips, ground the feet evenly, breathe your steady conscious breaths. Take your left arm down by the side body, take your right arm up and overhead and stretch out the side body from your armpit all the way down to your hip. Send a long, almost orangutan-like arm down towards the floor and try not to collapse forwards or pitch back, but truly look for that side stretch. Bring your left arm back up to join your right. Come back to your Warrior One, lifting your gaze once again through heart and eyes towards the sky. And then exhale and take your fingertips back down, whatever's behind you, and ride forwards as you glide them up whatever ahead. And then again, just move almost organically, mindfully, meditatively, to the rhythm of your own breath, without any rigidity in your body, but just that feeling of strength within as you mobilize the joints and open up the chest. Finally, just meet me with your hands high, and as you exhale, angel wing them back down to your sides. With your hands on your hips, step up once again to find mountain pose. A neutral pelvis and a heavy tail. Let your shoulders relax as you release your hands from your pelvis, your hips, and turn your palms to face forwards. Blink, close your eyes and lengthen the back of your neck away from the back of your heart. From here, slowly taking your hands out in front of you, rise back onto the tips of your toes. Try to have your feet, ankles, heels, calves, knees, thighs side by side. Balancing on your tippy toes, strengthening your legs and honing your balancing skills. Try to keep your navel stationary. Mindful of your knees, slowly with them side by side and your fingertips just dusting an invisible silky curtain in front of you. Come all the way into a squat. Mindful not to go too far. If your knees feel a little bit under strain, just come down halfway. Turn your fingers like icicles to the floor. And imagine being lifted up by the wrists as you rise, still balancing on your toes, strengthening the ankles, strengthening the muscles of your legs. Raise your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, let the hands come down by your hips and your heels come back to the earth. Do that again. Rise up onto the tips of your toes, raise your arms. Balancing on your toes with an upright spine, slowly squeezing the calves, knees and thighs together. Come all the way back down into that squat. Turn your fingertips to the floor and slowly balancing on your toes. Come all the way up, lifted by the wrists, and then exhale, ground the heels. And angel wing your hands out wide to arrive by your sides. Gather your hands to prayer. Blink, close your eyes. And make sure there's no speed bumps in your breathing. Soften the edges of your breath. Notice your heartbeat. And acknowledge whether your body has built a little heat. Use your breath to fan that internal fire. From here, just once again, bring your hands down by your sides and step your feet so that they're wider apart. Turn your heels in, toes outwards, and keep the pelvis neutral. Your hands on your hips, just slightly nudge your tailbone to the pubic bone. Now take the hands all the way out wide, inhaling. And as you exhale, with one hand placed on top of the other, push your palms down towards the earth as you bend your knees. Inhale. Welcome that breath into every cell. Exhale, plunge your hands down. Inhale. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Now as you come down, just settle your hands in front of your heart. Take your arms out, great big heart opener. Take your forearm lightly to your thigh and take your left arm up and overhead. Drop a little bit deeper, knees tracking your smallest toes. Come back to the midline, take a deep breath in. Left forearm lightly settles on the thigh, right arm reaches up and overhead. Drop in a little bit more, draw the knees towards the little toes. Heavy tail. Back to the center, deep breath in. And then slowly send your hands to prayer, straighten your legs. Exhale and bring your hands down by your sides. Turn back to the front of your mat. Bring both feet side by side. Inhale, circle your fingertips around the rim or the place that you're in. Exhale, hands in prayer, humbly bow down to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in again. Bend the knees, ground the palms. Either lightly hop back, landing with soft elbows, or step back, one foot joining the other in plank. Then lower your knees, reverse your seat to your heels, and let your hands rest on your thighs as you sit upright with closed eyes. If you're uncomfortable kneeling, then find once again another position to sit that's more suitable for you. And then just quietly reflect on your breath as it travels in and out of your body through your nose. A time of still self-reflection, of connectedness between your mind, your body and the earth that supports your weight, Be aware of the temperature, of the ambient temperature, be aware of the temperature on your skin. Any sounds within or externally as you sit here quietly. And then in your own time, just pop your sitting bones to one side or the other of your heels. Outstretch your legs in front of you and just bring yourself closer to the front of your mat than the back. Draw up tall through the spine. Extend your arms with your feet hip width, and extending your arms, fan out your fingers. Tuck your chin into your collarbones, cave your belly, and try not to grip with your toes or your hip flexors. As you attempt to bring yourself down, one bone at a time, you might find that it's a much better plan for you to bring your hands to your thighs to come down, but just use your own inner intelligence of how you feel. Arriving on your back, let your arms come adrift of your hips, palms facing the sky. Let the little toe side of your right foot extend forwards, little toe side of your left foot extend forwards, and come to blissfully lie on your back like a gingerbread man on a baking tray, perfectly symmetrical. The weight of your body descending evenly, your body in balance, and your breath travelling smoothly in and out through the nose. When you're ready, start to wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes. Extend your arms up and overhead and take a long, deep stretch. Sweep the hands down towards your sides and bring your knees in towards your chest as you embrace your shins and hug your thighs into your belly. Roll over to one side, pause in that fetal shape, and just take a few moments just to be there, breathing into your belly. And finally, when you're ready, and only when you're ready, bring yourself back up to sit. Find cross-legged easy pose. Only when you get there, change the cross of your shins from the shin that you originally chose to place in front. Let the backs of your hands rest on your knees or thighs, palms facing the sky. Take a deep breath in and exhale with a sigh. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.